Hi, I'm Eli Hill, here back on another You've Been Schooled podcast, here with
Princeton Osgood.
And Hyunsuk Kim.
And today we're talking about the Athlete A documentary and what our stances are on it.
If I'm being honest, that was a very disturbing podcast because, the things that they did on that podcast they talked about, it was just mind-blowing. You know, horrible what they did to those gymnasts.
Yeah, throughout the whole documentary, I didn't really want to watch until the end because I don't really like those topics. So it was kind of surprising to hear that the doctors did those things to tons of athletes. Yeah.
Especially their kids. That's bad.
And the fact that they didn't really do anything about it when they did find out about it, because you get that many complaints about it, there has to be something wrong with it. Even if it's not what it's being accused of, there's definitely something wrong. You should look into it. And they did the exact opposite and just pushed it under the rug and tried to cover it up so no one else would see it.
Yeah.
And made the situation 10 times worse, in my opinion.
Again, that's it's crazy because the organization knew that was going on. They knew all the complaints, and they just ignored all the complaints and shut them all down. So they were going to do something about it, but they never did anything about it.
Yeah, all those victims, I think they had to have those bravery to tell those problems to who was it, the really head of the person, but he literally did nothing. That, as you said, that made the situation worse.
And it's
much worse.
And it's kind of he was just not okay with it, but was fine with it happening. The fact that he saw that much happening and didn't do anything about it makes it seem like he kind of condoned that.
Yeah.
And in the documentary, they talked about how it was a sea of predators, and they would hire people even if they had that pass to them. It makes it feel like he was kind of fostering that environment to where that would happen.
Especially he would post the Dr. Larry Nassar, the one who was accused and eventually arrested for the sexual abuse, tried to post it on videos. He would hide it and then he'd post it on YouTube about him trying to help people with injuries. And everybody saw him as a great person, but they never knew what he was actually doing.
Cause I believe these sexual abuse happens in other countries too. I know some cases that happen near me. My previous coach did those things, not to me but to other girls in our club. And while watching the documentary, I was kind of reflecting those things, and it was kind of. I think adults have to do more things to prevent those sexual abuse happening in the athlete fields. That's actually a serious problem.
And they really prioritize the athletes more, because it just feels they're prioritizing winning medals and placing in the Olympics over the athletes physical and mental health and what they're actually going through as a person, and not just as an athlete.
Yeah, multiple of the athletes were injured, and they still made them compete in the events, and it would just make the injuries worse and have them just be injured for longer and just longer lasting injuries.
Yeah. Those sexual abuse I believe that can make more athletes more get affected by both physically and mentally, and that can affect their performance in the tournaments. And that's actually a really serious problem in those fields, because they're competing to win the medal, not to lose, right?
Yeah.
So
it's also sad because the athletes didn't even know what was going on. They thought it was part of the procedure, which is very,
That's actually crazy, because they were really young, and they thought that was a normal thing, that that was a normal thing to do. So that means that adults did nothing to prevent those things.
Yeah, I feel also their parents should be put to blame for this partially, because also they were getting sent off to this camp with other people that they don't know. And this would happen, and the kids obviously didn't feel safe enough to come out to their parents about what was happening to them at this camp, which makes me feel it's also partially the parents' fault, because they weren't allowing their kid to open up and tell them about the stuff that's happening to them, but also sending them to this place alone for months on end. I feel it's kind of both their faults, in my opinion.
In the end, it was nice to see that everybody came together in court and stuck up for what they saw and what they believed in. Especially Maggie Nichols being the first to report that, it really made a difference in today's society.
Well, that's all we have for Athlete Day today. I am Eli Hill, checking out from the You've Been Schooled podcast today.